everyone, so today I'm going to be doing my July book haul. I've accumulated quite a few books this month, both before my trip, during my trip. So I'm just going to jump right into it because I got a lot of books to get through. So I'm going to start with a book that was sent to me by Quirk Books. Is Star William Shakespeare's The Clone Army Attacketh, Star Wars Part the Second. This was sent to me by Quirk Books, and this is the 5th one out, I believe, and I haven't read any of these before, but they seem really interesting, and I really do love the movies, so I definitely look forward to giving this one a try. I have started it. I got to scene 3 in Act 1 before I went on my trip, and I just couldn't bring it with me, so I didn't get any reading done after that. This next book I actually already have finished, and it is Rat Queens Volume 1, The Far-Reaching Tentacles of Nrigoth by Curtis J. Weber and Rock Upchurch and Stephen Siek. I think. I probably butchered those names terribly. But this was a fantastic read. I really do love this series. It's very feministic, if that's even a word, and just a great adventure series. So I will talk about this more in my monthly wrap-up. The next book I purchased is May Cause Miracles by Gabrielle Berenstein. I just needed something to give me a bit of a pick-me-up before I go back to school, so I decided to give this one a pick-up, and I'm on day 13 out of 40, and I really am enjoying this. I'm finding it's really giving me that push to keep going, and yeah, I look forward to finishing this one. And the last book that I purchased for full price before heading off to my trip is The Invasion of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. I read The Queen of the Tearling at the end of last month / beginning of this month, and I really did enjoy it, so I decided to pick this one up. I'm not very far into it. It is, like the first one, a very slow read, but I am really enjoying it. We're getting to visit some new characters and some new things that are happening. More details about why the crossing occurred, I think, maybe. I do look forward to finishing this one very soon. The next books are books that I purchased at Value Village before I went on my trip. First two are by Sarah Dessen, and they are Dreamland and This Lullaby. I've read Saint Anything by Sarah Dessen earlier this year, and I absolutely loved it. I haven't read anything else by her, unfortunately, but I am collecting her books so I can read all of them as soon as I get around to it. Mosquito Land by David Arnold. I haven't heard a whole lot about this book. Oh, she ditches her new life and hops aboard a northbound Greyhound bus to her real home and her real mother. So it's a road trip book, and I really do love road trip books, so I'm very excited to get to this one. I also picked up The Rosie Project by Graeme Simpson before I went on my trip from Value Village, and I've actually started reading it, which is why I'm filming this after I filmed everything else, because I kind of forgot about it because it was in my backpack. But yes, I am reading this right now and I'm really enjoying it, so look forward to a review in the future. The last book that I purchased before heading off on my trip is Girl Interrupted by Susanna Kaysen. I absolutely adore this movie, and I saw this at Value Village, so I couldn't let it go. I had to pick it up so I can get the book version, because the book is always better. The rest of these books were bought secondhand for the most part. I think maybe one isn't. From Value Village and a book outlet store that was up in the States, actually. So I'm just going to start with those. And the first one is Mort by Terry Pratchett. This is a Discworld novel. This is my very first Discworld novel, and I want to get to this one soon because I've heard some amazing things about Terry Pratchett. We lost him earlier this year, so I think it's time that I picked up one of his books. The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry by Gabrielle Zevin. I haven't heard a whole lot about it, but what I have heard is it's amazing. So as soon as I saw it, I had to pick it up because I really do want to read this. I have her other book, Memoirs of a Teenage Amnesiac, and I haven't read that one yet either, but I think I'm going to read this one before I read the other one. The next book is a book in a series, and it is Crescendo by Becca Fitzpatrick. This is part of the Hush Hush series, which I actually haven't started, but I do have Hush Hush and Silencio, I believe, or Silence. So I'm looking forward to reading this. I love angel books, so I'm looking forward to reading this. The next one is also part of a series, and it is The People of Sparks by Jeanne Duprow. It is the sequel to The City of Embers, which I also own. I don't believe I've read it though. I think I just watched the movie, so I want to get to these soon. Maybe I'll read them both at the same time. The next two are both part of a series as well, and they are Knocked Out by My Nunga Nungas and Are These My Bazumas I See Before Me, both by Louise Renison for the Confessions of Georgia Nicholson series. I own a bunch of these books, and I haven't read them yet, but I'm trying to collect them all so I can just read them in like one fell swoop. I did see the movie though, and I really enjoyed that. So I look forward to these because it sounds like a really fun, quick read. And the next book, also part of a series, well, I'm pretty sure this is a trilogy, yes. And it is Wither by Lauren DeStefano from the Chemical Garden trilogy. I've heard some mixed things about this, but I really do love these covers, and they've always intrigued me, so I really want to pick it up. And I haven't read anything by Lauren DeStefano before, so I figured this would be a good read. And the final book was one book that I didn't purchase at Value Village. I purchased it at a book outlet store, and it is 172 Hours on the Moon. The lighting in here really sucks. I'm sorry. This is a horror novel, I believe, and I've heard some people say it's amazing, some people say it's okay. So there's some mixed reviews about it, but I am looking forward to giving this a try very soon. So those are all my books. Let's see if I can do the book tower. I'm sat down, so it's kind of cheating, I think. So these are all the books that I purchased this month. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Oh.